Have you ever been underestimated or judged simply because of your appearance? Imagine being denied access to a prestigious golf club, a place meant for relaxation and camaraderie, only to later return as its owner. This is the story of Marcus Grant, a man of quiet resilience and undeniable strength. What started as a moment of exclusion became a powerful example of justice and transformation. Stay tuned to see how Marcus's actions left the entire club speechless. If you're inspired by stories of triumph, justice, and change, be sure to subscribe to Story Precious and hit the notification bell so you never miss another empowering tale. The Green Ridge Golf Club was known as a playground for the wealthy and elite. Lush green fairways stretched endlessly, framed by ancient oaks and perfectly manicured gardens. The grand clubhouse stood as a monument to luxury, with its marble floors, gold accents, and oversized windows that overlooked the pristine course. Marcus Grant, dressed in a sleek polo shirt and golf pants, approached the club's main entrance. His walk was steady, his posture upright with the quiet confidence of a man accustomed to success. His presence was undeniable, but apparently not to everyone. As he neared the entrance, a club attendant named Dennis, sporting a blazer with the club's emblem, stepped in front of him, blocking his path. "Excuse me, sir. This is a private club," Dennis said, his tone polite but firm. "Members only." Marcus tilted his head slightly, his gaze unwavering. "I'm aware," he replied. "I'm here as a guest of Mr. Samuel Porter. He's expecting me." Dennis raised a skeptical brow, his eyes scanning Marcus's attire as if searching for something amiss. "I'm not sure about that," Dennis said, glancing toward the guest book. "But I'll have to verify." Dennis stepped away, but instead of checking, he whispered to a colleague, his gaze flickering toward Marcus as he spoke. Moments later, Dennis returned, his face set with a look of false authority. "I'm sorry, sir, but there's been a mix-up. Mr. Porter didn't list you as a guest," Dennis said, his tone sharp. "I'm going to have to ask you to leave." A few nearby members glanced at the scene with mild curiosity, some raising their eyebrows in silent judgment. Marcus's jaw tightened, but his expression remained calm. "I'll reach out to Mr. Porter myself," Marcus replied, pulling out his phone. Dennis stepped forward, his voice louder this time. "That won't be necessary, sir. We have protocols, and I'm just following them. Please step aside." Marcus's eyes narrowed, his fingers pausing on his phone. He'd seen this play out before, but something inside him shifted. Without another word, he turned and walked away. But as he left, he glanced back at the grand clubhouse, his eyes filled with quiet resolve. 2 weeks later, the members of Green Ridge Golf Club went about their business as usual. Golf carts rolled across the course, and servers carried trays of cocktails to members lounging on the patio. Dennis was back at his post, his blazer freshly pressed, his stance as rigid as ever. But today, something was different. A row of sleek black SUVs pulled up to the entrance. Their doors opened simultaneously, and out stepped Marcus Grant, flanked by 2 associates dressed in suits. Unlike his previous visit, Marcus's attire was sharp and commanding. A tailored black suit with a silk tie and polished leather shoes. His aura was undeniable, and this time, it was clear that he wasn't here as a guest. Dennis's face paled as he recognized Marcus. His eyes darted toward the clubhouse, searching for backup, but it was too late. "Mr. Grant," came a voice from inside. It was Mr. Hughes, the club's general manager, hurrying to greet him with a nervous smile. "Welcome back. We've been expecting you." Dennis's eyes widened in shock as Mr. Hughes extended his hand to Marcus with deference. "Thank you, Mr. Hughes," Marcus said calmly as he shook the man's hand. He glanced at Dennis, his expression unreadable. "I see you're still running a tight protocol at the door." Dennis's face flushed red as he struggled to maintain composure. "Ladies and gentlemen," Mr. Hughes announced, raising his voice to address the staff and members gathered around, "it's my honor to introduce the new owner of Green Ridge Golf Club, Mr. Marcus Grant. As of this morning, Mr. Grant has completed the acquisition of the club and all its associated properties." The crowd froze in disbelief. Some gasped, others whispered among themselves. Dennis's jaw dropped, and he instinctively took a step back. Marcus stepped forward, his eyes scanning the faces of the staff and club members. He paused, his gaze landing on Dennis. "Today marks the beginning of a new era for this club," Marcus said, his voice steady and resolute. "This place will now be a symbol of excellence, respect, and inclusion. Every member and every guest will be treated with dignity. If you can't align with that vision, this is your chance to walk away." The silence was palpable. Marcus's words hung in the air like thunder before a storm. He turned his gaze back to Dennis. "That includes you, Dennis. You're no longer welcome at this club as an employee. Please gather your things and leave the premises immediately." Dennis's face fell, his eyes filled with a mixture of disbelief and regret. "Mr. Grant, please. I didn't know." "That's the problem, Dennis," Marcus replied coolly. "You didn't take the time to know. You assumed." The other staff members watched in stunned silence as Dennis slowly walked away, his head down. Later that afternoon, Marcus gathered the club staff in the grand hall. The large bay windows bathed the room in golden light. His associates stood beside him as he addressed them. "This is not just a business for me," Marcus said, his voice steady but firm. "This is about respect. This club's success will be measured not just by its profits, but by the way it treats people. Everyone has a role to play here, and everyone matters." The staff nodded, some of them wiping their eyes as they listened. They knew this was not just another ownership change. It was a shift in the culture of the club. The story of Marcus Grant is not only a story of revenge, but also a profound lesson about self-esteem, patience, and the ability to change reality. Here are the core lessons we can learn from this story. Don't judge others by their appearance. Dennis made the mistake of judging Marcus based on his appearance. The lesson to be learned is to approach everyone with respect and never judge anyone based on appearance alone. Differences in appearance, skin color, or status do not determine someone's worth. The power of patience and self-control. When denied entry to the club, Marcus could have reacted angrily, but he chose to remain calm and act strategically. Instead of letting his emotions take over, he persevered and came back with greater power. The lesson here is, stay calm in the face of adversity and find smarter solutions. Using power to change culture and values. When Marcus bought the club, he not only took revenge, but also used the opportunity to create positive change. He not only replaced discriminatory employees, but also established a culture of respect and inclusion. This emphasizes that, when given the opportunity, use your power to build a more equitable environment for everyone. Today's choices can impact the future. Dennis did not realize that his actions would have such great consequences. His actions not only damaged his reputation, but also cost him his job. This is a reminder that every action we take, no matter how small, can lead to unexpected results. Never give up. Take back control. When faced with discrimination, many people may feel hurt and retreat. But Marcus didn't do that. Instead of accepting the situation, he regained control by buying the club. This is a great lesson about never giving up and resolutely regaining control of your life. Leading by example and values. Marcus is not only a leader with power, but also a leader with values and ethics. By setting a new standard for respect and inclusivity within the club's culture, he demonstrated that power is not just about giving orders, but about creating meaningful change. Meaningful message. Respect should be non-negotiable. Whether a guest, employee, or owner, everyone deserves to be treated fairly and with respect. Never let prejudice dictate how you treat others. Create change from within. Sometimes, the most powerful change isn't leaving a bad place but standing up, taking control, and changing its culture. Never give up on your dreams and rights. If you are ever rejected, don't give up. Keep working hard and prove that you are worthy. This story isn't just about Marcus Grant. It's about everyone who's ever been underestimated or disrespected based on appearances. It's about standing up for what's right and using your power to create change. Marcus didn't just claim his place. He redefined it. What would you have done in Marcus's position? Would you have walked away? Or would you have returned to take control? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to Story Precious for more inspiring stories like this. Hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to see our latest releases. Join us as we continue to share tales of courage, transformation, and justice.